These are the best written blood-related brothers in anime. Warning, spoilers ahead. Kicking off, we have the mysterious yet intriguing bond between Shanks and his newly revealed blood brother, Shamrock. While Oda hasn't laid all his cards on the table just yet, the mere existence of Shamrock sent shockwaves through the One Piece fandom. Shanks, the ever-charismatic Yonko, has always been an enigma, his past shrouded in secrecy, but the introduction of Shamrock hints at a deeper, hidden narrative, one that may finally reveal the missing links in Shanks' origins. Was he always the carefree pirate we know, or did his brotherhood with Shamrock shape him into the legend he is today? From the little we've seen, Shamrock is no mere background character. Oda is clearly setting him up for something huge, and if history tells us anything, it's that One Piece thrives on complex sibling dynamics. Next up, we have Shigeo Mob Kageyama and his younger brother, Ritsu. Their bond is a mix of love and envy. Mob, with his immense psychic powers, seeks a normal life, downplaying his abilities. Meanwhile, Ritsu, excelling in school and social life, envies Mob's talents. When Ritsu awakens his own powers, he initially uses them for selfish gains, but ends up kidnapped due to his abilities being confused with his elder brothers. Despite the former's selfishness and attempt to sabotage their relationship, the latter saves him. Mob's show of unconditional love leads Ritsu to confront his insecurities and mend the relationship, making it stronger than ever. A brotherly bond executed in a gut-wrenching yet healing way. It's enough to make a grown man cry. Next up, the complex relationship between Natsu Dragneel, Fairy Tail's very own fiery dragon slayer, and his brother Zeref, the Black Wizard. The latter, once kind and benevolent, immersed himself into dark magic to resurrect the former after their family's death, turning him into Furious Natsu Dragneel, his strongest demon, hoping that he would end his cursed existence. Later on, Natsu, unaware of his origins, battles the Black Wizard, who plans to erase the world with Neo Eclipse. The dragon, embracing his humanity, defeats Zeref, surviving only due to Lucy's intervention with the Tome of End. The connection that made Zeref curse himself, only to see his brother alive again, and the emotions that Natsu felt when he wanted to free his brother of his curse, all around awesome stuff that hit you right in the feels. Number 8 on the list, we have the Okumura twins, sons of Satan. Rin wields demonic power, while Yukio does not. Raised by exorcist Shiro Fujimoto, their heritage was hidden until Rin's powers emerged, causing Shiro's death. Yukio was born weak, confined to conventional means of strength rather than relying on some demonic power-up. As they grew, Yukio became the calm, reserved younger brother, contrasting with Rin's bold and impulsive nature. Yukio, teaching at True Cross Academy, harbored jealousy towards Rin's strength and courage, despite his protective instincts. Their relationship is complex, filled with conflicts and personal demons, yet their bond withstands and is strengthened through mutual support, forgiveness, and understanding, a mark of true blood brothers. Number 7 on the list are half-brothers Inuyasha and Sesshomaru, who share a rocky relationship, particularly because the former is born to a human mother and demon father, but still wields the powerful Tessaiga sword. Sesshomaru, being a full-fledged demon and the wielder of Tenseiga, initially despises Inuyasha for his mixed lineage and seeks to claim Tesseiga for himself. Intense battles and ideological clashes, disdain and hatred, all eventually evolve into reluctant yet mutual respect. Common enemies and Sesshomaru's own character development of learning the value of life beyond power due to his encounter with a human girl named Rin, everything leads to a gradual, unspoken understanding between the half-brothers that is truly heartwarming to witness. The Todoroki family saga is fraught with tragedy and estrangement. Shoto Todoroki, a student at UA High School, possesses a powerful quirk combining ice and fire, inherited from his parents. His older brother, Toya Todoroki, presumed dead, resurfaces as Dabi, a villain with a vendetta against their father, Endeavor. Both brothers endured a traumatic childhood under their abusive father, but while Shoto aspired to be a hero, Dabi turned to villainy, using his flames to seek revenge on Endeavor. Endeavor's favoritism towards Shoto and neglect of Dabi fueled his his resentment, leading to him attempting to destroy everything Endeavor had built, including his brother. However, Shoto decided to save Dabi's life instead, even at the cost of himself. The brothers' heart-wrenching confrontation showcased the harsh reality of an abusive household, familial dysfunction, healing, and the different paths siblings might take when faced with similar traumas. Number 5 on the list are Toriko and Starjun, enemies, then rivals, twin children born of the powerful gourmet god Acacia and the chef goddess Froze. I'll bet this information is unknown to them. Their rivalry is amazing, with Toriko as a gourmet hunter seeking to complete his full-course meal and often clashing with Starjun, who is a high-ranking member of the Gourmet Corps, sworn enemies of gourmet hunters. The brothers go through harsh battles, some against each other and others along with one another. All conflict eventually culminates in the antagonistic Starjun remembering being in the same womb as Toriko, making him realize that they are twin brothers who share a blood bond. Fierce battles and a complex dynamic, characters filled with depth and an intriguing storyline, their relationship has it all. Next up, Vash and Knives. Twin brothers who were born on a spaceship that escaped Earth after humans exhausted its resources. Raised by a researcher named Rim Savarim, they were taught about human nature and philosophy. However, their paths diverged dramatically as they grew up. Knives became nihilistic and sought to end humanity, sabotaging the ship's navigation system and causing it to crash land on the planet No Man's Land. Rem sacrificed herself to save the twins, but Knives was responsible for the crash. As adults, Vash became known as Vash the Stampede, a pacifist who tries to find a peaceful resolution between humans and plants, while Knives, known as Millions Knives, aimed to save his fellow plants from what he perceived as human exploitation. With Vash striving for peace and Knives driven by a desire for destruction, they eventually clash. Of course, Vash spares Knives' life, steadfast in his belief in redemption and the possibility of change, even for someone as deeply scarred as Knives. The bond between blood brothers and the ideological clash results in a viewing experience rarely seen in shows. Meliodas and Zeldris, sons of the Demon King. These brothers share a relationship fraught with admiration, betrayal, and a quest for redemption. Initially, the latter idolized the former, who was the leader of the 10 Commandments and trained him in combat. However, Meliodas' decision to betray the Demon Clan to be with Elizabeth led to a rift between the brothers. Zeldris confronted Meliodas, pleading with him to reconsider, but his refusal deepened his resentment. This betrayal forced Zeldris to seal away the vampire clan, including his beloved Gilda, further intensifying his animosity towards his brother. Despite their strained relationship, Meliodas later reveals that Gilda is still alive and promises to release her if Zeldris assists him in becoming the new Demon King. Forming a reluctant alliance, both brothers confront their past grievances and reach a truly satisfying resolution. Their brotherly bond represented a clash of principles charged with history, betrayal, and an underlying affection that sought redemption and understanding. The relationship between Sasuke and Itachi Uchiha is one of the most intricate and emotionally charged narratives in anime history. As children, Sasuke idolized his older brother Itachi, who was a prodigy. However, the latter eventually massacred their entire clan, sparing only the former. Their eventual confrontation is a culmination of years of resentment and misunderstanding. A final battle in which Itachi pushes Sasuke to his limits, only to succumb to illness and exhaustion. Only after his elder brother's death does Sasuke realize the truth of his sacrifice, making him cry literal tears of blood. Truly one of the greatest brotherly relationships ever written in anime. Topping off our list for the best written blood brothers are none other than Edward and Alphonse, the Elric brothers, whose bond is the emotional cornerstone of the entire story. After a disastrous attempt to resurrect their mother using alchemy, Edward loses his left leg and Alphonse loses his entire body. In a desperate bid to save his brother, Edward sacrifices his right arm to bind Alphonse's soul to a suit of armor, setting them on a quest to find the Philosopher's Stone, hoping to restore their bodies. Throughout the series, Edward and Alphonse share a deeply complex and realistic brotherly bond. Despite their contrasting personalities, they complement each other perfectly. In fact, it is exactly these nuances that make their relationship feel grounded and authentic. Edward, though fiery, knows his limits, and Alphonse, despite his gentle nature, is a formidable fighter. Disagreements and fights happen, but never drive them apart permanently. They always come together when needed, always willing to sacrifice for one another. In fact, To regain Alphonse's body, Edward performs a human transmutation on himself and agrees to give up alchemy forever. Ultimately, Edward and Alphonse's relationship is a perfect blend of love, conflict, and cooperation, making them the most realistic and believable brothers in anime, maybe even in all of fiction. And there you have it, our list of the best written blood brothers in anime. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell to be notified of any latest uploads. That said, see you in the next one.